Hello, trading is closed on September 9th, 2025. We always begin with our disclaimer. We'll go over our calls and then make our predictions. It's my trading plan for Wednesday, September 10th, 2025. Please remember at this point it's just a plan. I can change it, I can be wrong, and trade at your own risk. Here's what we said. We had mixed signals. The commonest thing was a gap in the prompt move outside the day's range. We had a higher target. I thought we could see higher target and lower prices. Well, we got the gap. This is the move outside the range. This is slightly under this low. These don't have to be in the same direction. We had a target. That's right here. We got that. It's a support resistance level. And we came close to the next most common thing. Next most common thing is to close a little change and big move the next day, which is going to have the early high. Well, I arbitrarily defined little change as 1/4%. We had a change of 0.27%. So technically, you didn't have to get the second most common thing at all. You had the first. But it's at least possible that that's close enough. And even though we don't have to have a big move, it's possible too. We do have lower targets. We have a target 6503.87. If we don't gap up smartly, that's my call for tomorrow, even though futures are up and it's under where we closed. And ultimately, we should see about 1 point less. These ultimate targets don't have any time frame, but ultimately they do print. I get about one failure every 3 years, and there are 150 of these targets a year. So we had an ultimate buy and an ultimate sell signal. That's a pretty good indication for a while you're not going anywhere. Going to wind up between these lines. We certainly satisfied the ultimate buy, but not the ultimate sell, and MEJT says the whole move is false, gives us the targets. Well, we still haven't beaten this high from a few days ago, and there still is nothing to invalidate the wave count, which says we're going to start dropping. Now again, until we start dropping, it's possible some other count's right. I've always said I have no guarantee this is the right count. But the fibs all work, and we have a lower target. I'm not risking money on it till I get more confirmation, but that's still what I think is going on. And if I'm wrong, it hasn't cost me anything till I put some money on it. Well, Wednesday's pattern has a yearly high, which doesn't tell us where we open. Typically, it's a rally day with a fine lower high. Failure is a straight line drop. Now, the producer price index comes out before the open Wednesday, and consumer price index before the open Thursday. These can be market movers. I'm always flat going into them. I can't predict the response to major economic reports with enough accuracy. I don't care if I miss a winner. I just don't like taking losers. There's a lower MEJT target. Unless we gap up smartly, the rules call for it to print. There's a slightly lower ultimate target. There's no definite time frame. Usually you don't have to wait too long to see it. If my wave count's correct, we shouldn't go significantly over the recent high, and ideally won't surpass it at all before a sizable correction starts. I don't think you have to catch the exact high of the current rally, as if this is a top, there should be plenty of places to go short without risking as much as you would risk now. I mean, you could put a stop at the recent high, which is not too high from where we are now, but if there's a favorable report to the favorable reaction, the economic report, you could gap up big, make my wave count get thrown in the circular file, and you're winding up losing money. It's just not my style. I suppose you could use options, no objection to that. At least you know how much you can lose if I'm wrong, which can certainly happen. But for right now, as a pattern with the early high, I'm hoping we get the failure. I'm hoping we get the straight line drop, even though futures are up. And I'm hoping we see these prices. And I'm hoping the recent high holds. But until I see it, until I see the economic report and the response to the report, I'm keeping my powder dry. So it's the pattern with the early high. I'm expecting either feast or famine. I'm expecting a pretty big move, and there's a decent chance we'll know before they open the direction of the move. And I think if the direction is down, we have much lower targets. But first I want to see it. And that's today's call.